Alright, let's dive into something that's been buzzing in the hockey world lately: the Montreal Canadiens' seemingly quiet off-season. Now, if you're like me, you probably expected Kent Hughes to pull off another blockbuster move, right? I mean, the guy's track record speaks for itself. Noah Dobson, Patrick Lane, these were game-changing acquisitions. But this year? It's been, well, quiet. And personally, I think that's what makes this situation so fascinating. What's really going on here? Is this a sign of confidence, or something else entirely? First off, let's talk about the big moves they did make. Ivan Demidov getting an 8-year, $73.2 million extension. That's a statement. The kid's only 20, and he's already a point machine. But here's the thing: what many people don't realize is that this isn't just about locking down a star player. It's about sending a message to the rest of the league: the Canadiens are serious about building around their young core. Demidov, Suzuki, Cofield, these guys are the future. And by committing to Demidov long-term, Hughes is essentially saying, we are not just rebuilding, we are reloading. Now, let's talk about Jakub Dobes. A 3-year extension for the guy who became their playoff rock? Smart move. Goaltending is the great equalizer in hockey, and Dobes proved he can handle the pressure. But what's really interesting here is the cap hit: $5.357 million. That's not cheap, but it's not outrageous either. In my opinion, this is Hughes balancing ambition with sustainability. He's not overspending, but he's also not cutting corners. It's a calculated risk, and I respect that. Here's where things get intriguing, though. The Canadiens have been linked to names like Kirill Mochenko and Mason McTavish, but nothing's materialized. And that's not for lack of effort. Hughes and Gordon have been clear: they're not making moves just to make moves. We're not going to transact for the sake of transacting, Hughes said. And honestly, I love that mindset. It's easy to get caught up in the off-season hype, but knee-jerk reactions rarely pay off in the long run. If you take a step back and think about it, this quiet approach might actually be a sign of maturity from the front office. But here's the deeper question: are they missing an opportunity? The Atlantic Division is no joke. Tampa, Boston, Florida, these teams aren't standing still. If the Canadiens want to compete at the top, they'll need more firepower. Personally, I think they're playing the long game. They've got a young core, cap space, and a GM who's proven he's not afraid to make bold moves. Maybe this quiet off-season is just the calm before the storm. One detail I find fascinating is the trade of Brendan Gallagher. Moving a veteran like him for future considerations? That's a clear signal they're prioritizing youth and flexibility. It's not flashy, but it's strategic. And that's the kind of move that often gets overlooked in the moment but pays dividends down the line. So, what's the takeaway here? In my opinion, the Canadiens' quiet off-season isn't a sign of stagnation, it's a sign of discipline. They're not rushing to fill gaps just to appease fans or media. They're building something sustainable. And if history's any indication, Hughes will strike when the time is right. What this really suggests is that the Canadiens are playing chess while others are playing checkers. And that, my friends, is what makes this off-season so intriguing. What do you think? Are the Canadiens on the right track, or should they have been more aggressive? Let me know in the comments below.